What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and I just recently finished editing and rendering out all of the episodes for my Let's Play of Heart of the Swarm, which is typically when I record the announcement video for the next game that I'm going to be playing afterwards. So, I'm going to be doing that here today, but before I start talking about the game itself too much, I want to go into a little bit of story time. I meant to look up some more like exact dates, but I kind of forgot. Whatever. So, I guess the best way to start it is, if you weren't aware, I'm currently going to school. I'm studying video game development and design. And this is a course that I started a little over a year ago, last January. The reason I mention this is because last year, around this time, I was actually doing 2 LP series at a time. I had a main LP that I updated every day, and I had a side LP that I updated usually every other day. And the reason this is important is because around, I want to say March of last year, so not quite around this time, but sort of around this time last year, roughly a year ago, give or take, I stopped doing side LPs because I just didn't have time for it anymore. I mean, these are the way things go. Really, I mean, I'm having a bit of trouble these days finding time even for my main LP, but it is what it is. So anyways, the last LP that I ended up doing was this game, Quest 64. Obviously, this is not the appropriate box for the game. This is a box that I created because the actual game I got secondhand from Blockbuster. I got it for like $4 or something because they're like, you know what? No one likes this game. Here, you can have it. So yeah, Quest 64 was the last side LP that I did. And the reason that is important is because I had this plan all along. I was going to play Quest 64, and then after that, I was going to play the game that I'm going to be doing for my next side LP, or my next LP now. So I guess I should talk a little bit about that game first before I go more into depth there. So the game that I'm going to be playing for my next LP series is a game by the name of Quest. Is it Quest RPG? Or just Quest? I guess here it just says Quest Brian's Journey. I've read it listed as Quest RPG Brian's Journey. I don't know if that's like an EU title or something. Now, if you were to look at, let's use this. If you were to look at the box art, it may occur to you that the style of this game looks very similar to Quest 64. And there's a reason for that. It's a very interesting story behind this game, in my opinion at least. So Quest 64 was the first RPG on the Nintendo 64. And there really weren't many RPGs on that system, which is kind of unfortunate, but whatever. And in my opinion, the game was rushed a lot. I don't know if that's an actual fact, but it seems that way. It seems like they want it to be the first and to kind of capitalize on that. And I think that being the first RPG on the system really did help them kind of negate the terribleness of their game a little bit. But anyways, what ended up happening is that the developers, which I guess their name's Sunsoft, I guess they decided that they weren't happy with what Quest 64 ended up being. So they did something really interesting, which I don't think anyone else has ever done before. I could be wrong about that, but basically, they not re-released, but they remade their game entirely for a lesser system. Like, they went from the Nintendo 64 and they remade their game for the Game Boy Color. Like, it's not a port. You can't port it as a 3D game to a Game Boy Color. It's not something you can do. And like a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna remake this game for a new system," but you don't go backwards. You don't go from a more powerful system to a less powerful one. It's not something that happens. So like I don't think this is being done. Like I certainly don't know of any other instance where this has been done. And I thought it was really interesting. I didn't even know that that was what happened when I bought the Game Boy game. I just thought it was like a sequel or something. And I didn't even realize for a long time because I was like dumb and like 8 years old or something. I wasn't 8, I was probably like 12 or 13 or I don't know. But I was somewhat young and I didn't even realize this is the exact same game as Quest 64 except it's 2D. So it's pretty interesting. So the plan originally was that I would play Quest 64, and then I would play through Brian's Journey, like do an LP of each, and the idea would be I would compare them because I played through Quest 64, so like here's Brian's Journey, and here's how it's different, and here's this like comparison between the two games as I go. So that was the plan originally. But then I just stopped doing the side LPs altogether, and it didn't even occur to me until like a couple months ago, wait, I never played Brian's Journey, did I? So that's what I'm doing now. It's a year after the fact, and I pretty much completely forget everything about like the plot and stuff like that, but I gotta do it anyways. So that is the tale of how my Let's Play of Quest Brian's Journey came to be. So, let's see here. At the time of recording this, it should be not quite a week until we start seeing episodes of that. I believe Heart of the Swarm is going to be finishing up on Friday or Saturday. In which case, I think actually I might just wait until the following Monday to start putting episodes of that up. So yeah, I guess this announcement video is probably going up today, which is Monday. So I guess it will be next week that we start seeing Quest Brian's Journey episodes. So I hope you enjoyed my little tale, and I will see you whenever I see you. Oh, and one last thing that I forgot that I wanted to mention, just because I thought it was kind of interesting. Not really interesting, but kind of ironic. I don't know, you probably can't see this on the camera. It doesn't really look... Oh, maybe a little bit there. What I wanted to point out is that it's kind of ironic, because the box that I made this out of was actually the box that my Game Boy Color came in. And I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was kind of ironic, considering that this is a Game Boy Color game. And it's the same game as this. But yeah, just a little interesting detail there. Anyways, yeah, bye.